All right, we will call this meeting to order at 9:59. It looks like we've got everybody is here in our group, except
for
Patrick.
Patrick, okay.
He's out having fun somewhere on an island, I think. Item 1, first of all, we need to change the date on our meeting. This is 9/13/2024. So can I get a motion to approve or I guess make the change? And then a motion to approve the meeting minutes for 9/13/2024.
The minutes or the agenda?
Meeting, well, let's see. I mean, this is the agenda. Yeah, the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Alan.
I'll just say I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the date of 9/13/2024.
That's what I wanted to hear. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Item 2 is for the construction change for the windows. It looks to me, Nancy, that there are more than just the windows that changed from our original design. So I wonder if we shouldn't just have a separate meeting to go over these changes. I noticed you changed the columns. Some of the siding on the front of the garage looks different from the original design. I suggest maybe we just have another meeting where you put in a construction change that we can go over all these changes that you're proposing, including the windows.
Okay.
So I guess I would make a motion to deny the construction change for the windows at this time until we can have a more extensive conversation about that.
Is there any way I wanted to know, because I've been working with the engineer as well, and he needs direction on, like, if we're going to choose the 3 windows or the 2 windows, so that he can be figuring out how much or feasibility, if it can even be engineered with the way it's built, what I need to do. So should I just
personally, and I'm not sure if my team wants to vote on this or not. Personally, I would rather see real windows there, but another change I want to look at is the siding changes on the front of the garage. I don't know if that'll affect the structure or affect your decision on which windows to put in.
Right, but if we don't make a decision about the windows, am I still able to get the extension so that I can get the land work done and everything else done and tidied up? Well, I mean, we still have to have a final. I still have you guys have a huge deposit I would like to get back. I would like to work with you and make sure I'm doing everything to be able to do that. So
yeah, I don't anticipate any problem with the extension, but I do want to address the whole construction change,
sure,
including
I
the
appreciate
windows
that
at another time.
Okay, let's give us more time, because I think that's what led into some of this, is we were in such a hurry to get under the watershed time frame.
Sure.
You know, and then of course I got busy with other things and just thought I'll get to it. Now that I know I need to get to it, I can get to it and focus on it, but we can do it in a timely manner and do it more efficiently so that it's not a rehash and more mistakes or anything. So I appreciate that.
Does anybody have any more comments on item 2 before a motion is made?
I just have a question. So if we approve the extension, then they can continue to build, do what they're doing with the house relative to the windows. If they go back to their original plan, then there's no construction change request at that point, right, Daniel?
That's correct.
So we don't have to, if they want to stay with the original plan of the windows as approved in 2023, they could go forward. We wouldn't need to have another meeting. We wouldn't need to review any construction changes. We just approved the extension based on the original plans.
That's my understanding.
For the windows specifically, not the other items that Daniel mentioned, but yes.
What other items? I see the window.
Nancy, did you change the design for the columns there? It looks
No,
like
the columns right now are just pressure treated lumber that is used, you know, it was part of the build, they had to put them in. The faux finish on the columns has not been done.
Okay,
the original
so
design showed the faux rock and the columns being, you know, the columns are halfway up and full rock on the bottom part of the columns.
Okay,
That makes sense.
And I just noticed that I was looking at the other things, but
right.
That's not a big part of my concern. But the other part was how you addressed the siding in front of the garage, which looked really, really nice on the original drawing. But when I saw that it was all just the same thing, one wall full of the planks, that's
Ye-
I think that's where
Yeah,
the design really falls apart because you did have it broken up with maybe panels or something originally.
there
It looked
was
nice, and there was a
shake
better
in that,
design.
and there is still shake in the top peak of the garage. And I think in the original design that came down halfway, like where the windows, the proposed windows are, is halfway through that, and then the rest of it was just all siding down to the garage door.
Okay.
And when we were putting the siding on, because of the belly band, then to go ahead and put more shake in and without anything across there, I just arbitrarily said, no, just put all siding because I don't know what we have to do there. And I've been talking to designers about what alternatives, because when the engineer said no windows, I was like, oh, what do we do? Put a design there? Do we put a huge metal art there? Do we put in fake windows? What would be the best thing to do? And getting opinions from as designers, I've gotten a variety of opinions and what to do. And then I said, well, if I can't do anything, maybe I have to put the windows in regardless, and the engineer says, well, you're gonna have to demo the whole wall. You're gonna have to take everything out. But we will do, we'll have to honor whatever you guys decide. So I said, well, let me go back and see if we could do the faux window versus that. Now, if you want more shake brought down, or you want me to put in the change order and show you what it's going to look like, and then you can approve it or not approve it at that point, we can go forward from there. But I just needed the extension because of the stormwater and all the open holes and everything. I need to get things done. And of course, in that change, not putting the rock across the bottom of the posts, I would include that at that time and show you what the whole house will look like with or without those things.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. I do want you to move along with the build. So I think we are going to move to deny the windows at this point because we want to make that a bigger discussion.
Okay.
Um, so
If we take this in parts, we would do two motions, right?
we're going to do one for item 2 and one for item 3.
Are you denying with comments, and would the comments include that additional construction change requests are required for other changes, like, for example, the siding, the shake siding?
That's the motion I would be happy with.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to deny the construction change for lack of complete information, and ask that the owner come back with a more detailed explanation as to how they're going to change from the original approved. I see the shake up there. I think that would actually look better if it was painted like shake or a different color, but I see what
I
you're
agree.
talking about with the siding. So that would be my motion to deny with those comments.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay.
Do you want any mention of additional change orders being required?
Well, I think that any change that Nancy is proposing should be addressed at that point.
So the answer would be yes.
Yes. Yeah, that if they're gonna continue with the design as approved on in 2023, they don't need to come back to us. But if they're going to make any changes on that, like not have the rocks around the column or not have the additional siding on the garage or go with 2 windows or full windows, then they need to come back with a construction change request. So
Thank you for understanding that.
So maybe a comment would be along those lines that if they want to go with the 3 windows for the original design, that they can certainly move ahead on that because that was approved. But any other faux windows or changing the number of windows, etc., would not are not approved at this point.
Gotcha.
Nancy, did you have a comment?
No, I'm actually pleased that I'm getting opinions from a variety of people, so my house will look really cool when it's done. And I understand that any changes, I'm not going to be doing any outside on the siding or the post until we get everything on the inside wrapped up and we get the stormwater and everything approved. But before I do any work on the outside to make any changes, unless it's exactly what it was originally approved, I will definitely be coming to you for approval before I do anything.
Yeah, I think that sounds perfect. And in the end, I think it'll help you sell the house.
Yeah,
I'm a designer, and I think all these people on my committee have good eyes. And, you know, we've seen enough of what Sudden Valley looks like to know what looks good and what stands out a little bit. So I'd look at this as a constructive conversation.
thank you. I
I
appreciate
agree,
that.
and I appreciate your forthrightness, Nancy, and we look forward to continue to work to make your house beautiful and fit with the neighborhood, etc. I'd like to make a motion on item 3, motion to approve the extension and reapproval of 23 Spring Road.
Is that through
For 6 months till what, March
March
5th,
7th?
March 7th?
Golly, I don't even get till the 13th.
Do you want
You-
13th?
it's-
We
Well,
could
no,
give
you gotta go from your first date to you don't wanna
All
have a
right.
gap, Nancy, or you
Right, the
get
first
charged
date.
for that at the end,
It
so
has to
it
be,
is the
okay.
5th, it is the
Well,
5th,
there was a stop work order, so does that come into play at all?
I don't know.
So motion to approve, item
What's-
3.
What's the date?
I would say, the 13th.
Okay. There you go, 3/13/24.
25.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Nancy, thank you for meeting with us, and maybe we'll see your face at the next meeting.
Yeah, so thank you so much for taking the extra time to put in for this, and I am sorry that we had to go through it. I'm learning a lot and I know better.
Well, we're learning a lot too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you adjourning?
All right, we will adjourn at 10:11.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank
Thank
you all.
you.
Thank you, Nancy.